Hello friends and welcome to bsvsolutions.com. My name is Amit and today I am going to show you a simple but interesting example of mapping scripts. This is called conditional mapping. So if you're new to FDMEE, please watch my previous videos about FDMEE introduction and how to set up FDMEE. Today I'm going to take you directly to my virtual machine and show you how do you apply conditional mapping scripts into FDME, and based on the condition, data would be loaded into your target application. So in today's example, I'm going to use space as my target application and my source is going to be flat file. The script is continue to work uh, in maybe flat file or maybe your application like Oracle EBS or PeopleSoft. So if you go by the formal definition of mapping scripts are used to build mapping logic to the derived target member based on multiple sources, and you apply if then else condition. You apply conditional expression over here, and this conditional expression you define under data load mapping section. So I'll take you directly to this rather than explain you over the PPT. I'll show you directly live. So I log into my workspace and you can start your FDME from data management, and there you find the setup task. I already done it, and let me show you my data source file. This is my simple data source file and this is my target queue, right? For the sake of simplicity, I keep only few records. So this is my data source file. I am going to load data for a single period for the month of January, and I'm going to load data for sales and COGS, right? Two measures, and 110, 20 are these are your products. New York and Florida are your market, and finally you're loading to a scenario called actual, and these are your numbers. If you look at this, I want to apply a condition over here. I like to load only the data, only the positive value. I don't want to load the negative or zero value from my source. So kind of condition or filter I like to apply using FDME mapping script. So now you know the source file and you know target space queue. I'm going to delete the existing data just to make sure we are going to load data completely from the beginning. For the sake of testing, I clear all data and I already connected to my space using smart view. So I clear all data, therefore I don't have data over here. 1120 is basically sales, it's an alias, and 1121 is your cost of goods sold. So I'm going to load data to this intersection. Check, it's January. I'll make it January rather than December. Sales and COGS, product 110 and 120, which is cola and diet cola, is an alias. Market is New York and Florida, and actual, and these are your number. The condition which I like to apply, I want to load only positive numbers. So conditional expression you can define under workflow, under data load mapping. You see, for other members like market, my mapping is straightforward. Asterisk star star, all source value goes to all target, no transformation use. Same for other member, but for measure I apply all source goes to target based on script. So I manually return a script over here. The moment you write hash script keyword, the script option enable automatically. This is going to be my simple script which we are going to try. Okay, let's interpret the script. So you see we can define a script under data load mapping section. You edit the script and put your script over here. The script is fairly simple. In this script I use Jython object with mapping script. I use a Jython string. So as the name indicate get string. Get string function FDM row ID used to access the column in the current row which is being processed. For account, I'm going to process the current row is being processed. I'm going to retrieve one by one all the row one by one from my account dimension. Similarly, I like to read all accounts. So get string function, FDM root or get string, read row by row for the respective account dimension member. In this example, it is account and amount respectively. Then I did a casting over here. I use a float function and cast my amount and store back to my variable called amount. And my condition fairly simple. If it is negative, less than 0, if my amount is less than 0, ignore it, do not load. So ignore is basically a keyword, and FDM result equals to ignore, do not load data. So if you look at your expression, FDM result FDM result is used to return the value from the mapping function. Whatever value it returned from the mapping function, you can store under FDM result, right? So if it is less than 0, ignore it. If it is greater than 0, else condition is if it is not less than 0, then only store account to my FDM result, right? So whatever account you retrieve, it will check first. If it is less than 0, it won't load. If it is greater than 0, then only it is going to be loaded, right? So let's use the script and see how it works. So I simply copy and paste the script over here and I click on OK. Rest all the mapping I have already done it. So I'm ready to process. The data file I'm going to use it over here is called sample basic data load, and this file I already uploaded in my source. I already uploaded from my source. I'm sorry. Okay. So this task is also done. Actually, I'm ready to execute my script and ready to test my data. But before that, I clear all data from my SBS cube just to double check I'm not going to overwrite existing data, and cross check my smart view report. The output is 0 now. It's empty. There's nothing available, right? Now let's execute this script. I executed few minutes before. It ran successfully before I demonstrate. So I click on execute. I like to import from my source to my staging and staging to my target application. And for whichever month you like to export this, you can specify month name. Because a single period, I can define only one period. Click on run. It takes few minutes and to load this, or rather 1 minute or 2 minutes around. You continue to refresh it. We refresh, and once data load is done, I'll check the output. I also demonstrate you the log file and what are the intermediate staging tables are being used. I'll demonstrate you. Data load is done successfully. The first step you're supposed to do it. Check your data load workbench and make sure what records are loaded, what records are ignored. Look at this. The first record is ignored, right, row by row, because it is less than 0. Second record loaded, third loaded, fourth loaded, fifth record is also ignored. 0 records are ignored, by the way, automatically. So first and fifth record are ignored. And ignore is basically a keyword. So use a source and target measure, source product, source market, target market. This is straightforward load. Once it is done, I can refresh my smart view and make sure data which I loaded is done successfully or not. So this is your data. You can check the combination of it. First row got failed, it did not load, which is this one. Second is I load for December. COGS, this is 112 as a cost of goods sold. Product 110. Product 110, which is cola, actual and New York. This data gets loaded under my cost of goods sold, right? So once it is loaded, you can actually validate in a smart view report as well. You can also go one step further and look at the log file. So I'm going to brief you the log file, though we are going to log file in greater detail in subsequent session. So click on this and focus only the important part of your log file. So I'm going to look at how many rows are deleted and how many rows are added. you see there are certain intermediate staging tables are used. T data map, SEG, number of records, old records are deleted and new records are added. Make sure the timestamp is correct, it's 5:20, either 3 minutes before. So number of records added, number of records are deleted from your temporary table, D data map, T staging, D T data seg, and so on. Ultimately, you see number of records are inserted. The 5 rows are inserted, in which out of 5, 2 of them are ignored, right? So I can see total number of rows available to exports are 3. Number of rows inserted into your staging table 5, but actually only 3 of them are exported or loaded into SBase. The reason being this: out of 5, only 3 records meet up the criteria. Remaining 2 of them fail to meet up. First, so you see there are 5 records, we don't consider 0. Out of 5, 2 records did not meet the criteria, so they did not export into my SBase, but all 5 records are loaded into my staging table. So this is a simple example of script. You can write your question to us bispsolutions.com. Subscribe to my YouTube channel and you would have access to 800 plus videos from different product. So thanks for watching today's video. Stay tuned. The next video is going to be available in next few days. Thank you.